All right, welcome to today's explainer. Look, if you've been dealing with this nagging shoulder discomfort and you just feel like you've tried absolutely everything with zero lasting success, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're going straight to the source material to build a complete, holistic, and completely natural blueprint to finally fix that stiff, aching shoulder from the ground up.
Let's be real for a second. How many of you are nodding your heads to this right now? You've got that stiff, aching shoulder that just absolutely refuses to loosen up? I hear you and I completely empathize. I mean, especially for those of us who are desk workers, hunched over a keyboard like a gargoyle for hours on end, that stubborn, locked-up ache is incredibly valid. It's frustrating, it wrecks your focus, and it can seriously drain your energy. But listen, you've got to stop pulling on it blindly and just hoping it'll pop back into place. Okay, let's dive into this. To actually fix the problem, we first have to understand the mechanics of the pain you're feeling. And here's the thing, the root cause isn't necessarily in the shoulder itself. Most shoulder stiffness actually originates from forward head posture and tight chest muscles combined with weak upper back muscles. So what happens is these tight muscles on your front literally pull your shoulder joint entirely out of whack. It's completely out of alignment. And the absolutely crucial point here is, if you just ignore this and try to power through, it directly leads to even worse posture and compounding pain over time.
So, here is our 4-step game plan for today. First, the stiff shoulder problem. Second, a 4-step movement routine. Third, anti-inflammatory food engines. And finally, natural home relief hacks. We're going to tackle this whole thing from the outside in and the inside out. All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the stiff shoulder problem. So before we even think about doing any stretches, we have to talk about synovial fluid. This is basically the lubricating oil residing safely inside your joint capsule. The reason we're highlighting this right out of the gate is to explain the fundamental why behind our entire approach today. We absolutely must warm up the synovial fluid through gentle, passive movement before we do any heavy lifting or static stretching. Think about it. If you try to stretch a cold, dry joint, you were just inviting a ton of new inflammation. We've got to lubricate the machinery first.
Moving right along to section 2, the 4-step movement routine.
We've got 4 distinct steps here: the pendulum decompression, the door frame chest stretch, the crossbody stretch, and wall angels. Now, I want to stress this right now. You must do these in this specific sequential order, okay? We start with passive movement, then we move into static stretches, and we finish up with stability work. So, let's break down step 1. Step 1 is the pendulum decompression. It's super simple. Lean forward, support your good arm on a cable or a chair, and let your painful arm hang completely dead toward the floor. Just dead weight. Then gently sway your body to let momentum swing the arm in 10 small circles clockwise and 10 counterclockwise. Notice how we are brilliantly using gravity here, not muscle strain, to gently pull and safely decompress that joint space. You're getting that synovial fluid flowing without activating or irritating the inflamed muscles around it. Okay, once the joint is decompressed and lubricated, we move to step 2 to open the front, the door frame stretch. Stand right in a doorway, place your forearms against the frame with your elbows bent at 90 degrees. Keep your head up, engage that core, and just step 1 foot forward. You want to hold this for a full 30 seconds. And please, whatever you do, do not bounce. This 30-second static hold directly combats the forward pull of all that prolonged sitting by finally opening up those tight pectoral muscles we identified earlier as the root cause. Let's move to step 3 and see how this all builds together. Now we need to release the back. Actually, go ahead and do this with me right now if you can. Keep your shoulders pushed down away from your ears, bring your affected arm across your chest, and use your opposite arm to pull it closer to your torso. Just hold that for 20 to 30 seconds while breathing nice and deep. Your specific anatomical target here is the posterior shoulder capsule along with the deltoid. This right here is exactly how you start to regain that lost range of motion. And finally, step 4. This is where we build stability so the pain doesn't just come rushing right back tomorrow. These are wall angels. Stand flat against a blank wall, put your arms in a W shape with the back of your hands touching the wall, and slowly slide them up into a Y position without letting your lower back arch. Try for 10 to 12 reps. The focus here is entirely on controlled motion over speed. Don't rush it. This final movement turns on your lower trapezius and rhomboids, locking your new healthy posture in place and fixing those long-term imbalances.
Let's shift gears now to section 3, anti-inflammatory food engines.
So let's look at how to speed up this healing internally. Things like fatty fish and seeds, think salmon and chia seeds, are just absolutely packed with omega-3 fatty acids. These actively lower systemic inflammatory proteins, called cytokines, right inside your joint tissues. And further down, look at fresh ginger. Its active component, gingerols, literally acts as a natural analgesic. That means it's a pain reliever that actively increases blood circulation directly to your stiff, aching muscle tissues.
But are you ready for this next stat? Because it is just mind-blowing. 2,000%. That is the massive absorption boost you get when you pair turmeric with black pepper. Turmeric contains curcumin, which naturally blocks COX-2 inflammatory enzymes in your body. It essentially reduces joint swelling just like an over-the-counter pain reliever would. But to actually absorb it properly into your system, you need black pepper to act as the catalyst, rocketing its effectiveness by up to 2,000%. It is a true powerhouse anti-inflammatory engine. Now, beyond the spices, your body desperately needs structural support. Magnesium, which you can easily get from leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, and, yes, even dark chocolate, relaxes overactive muscle fibers and completely stops muscle spasms dead in their tracks. On the flip side, the vitamin C you find in berries and citrus provides the bioflavonoids that are absolutely essential for driving collagen synthesis. This is the literal building block your body uses to physically repair a damaged rotator cuff and all its surrounding tendons and ligaments.
And that brings us to Section 4, Natural Home Relief Hacks. Let's hit these rapid fire because these are fantastic, super easy takeaways you can use for immediate relief at home tonight. First, moist heat. Throw on a warm compress for 15 to 20 minutes before you do your stretching routine to relax those stiff tendons and push fresh blood flow into the area. Second, an Epsom salt soak in a warm bath. Adding about 2 cups of Epsom salt allows for topical magnesium absorption, which works wonders for easing deep muscle tension. And third, a targeted topical essential oil blend. For that targeted topical blend, here's what you do. Mix 2 drops of peppermint oil and 2 drops of frankincense oil with about 1 tablespoon of a carrier oil. Coconut or jojoba work perfectly. Gently massaging this specific combination directly into your shoulder girdle feels incredible. The peppermint provides a really deep menthol cooling effect that just melts away the deep tension, acting as a perfect localized soothing agent right after you've finished up your stretches. Ultimately, the crucial takeaway here is that healing a stiff shoulder requires a truly holistic approach. It's about decompressing the joint, opening up the chest, stabilizing the back, and fueling your body with the right anti-inflammatory tools. Save this 4-step routine and these natural hacks for your very next desk break. But I want to leave you with this question. If our daily modern habits are what broke our posture in the first place, what other hidden joint pains are we slowly building right now while we stare at our screens all day? Try this routine out and definitely let us know in the comments how your shoulders are feeling.